Good morning, children. Then come back to the same lesson, the last lesson. Let me start with some questions. So my first question is, who is the author of this lesson? So who is the author? He is Alphonse Daudet. Second question, that which war was going on when this lesson was written, when this story was written. So the answer is the war between Russia and France was going on. Next question, which country was defeated in this war? So which country was defeated? France was defeated. And the two districts of France were captured by Russia. And the name of these two districts were Alsace and Lorraine. And the people of these two districts were imposed German. They were forced that they had to speak only German and they had to study only German. Now, who are the two main characters of this lesson? So the answer is that the first main character is Franz, a school-going boy, a young boy who was the lover of nature, who was not interested in studying so much. And the second main character was his class teacher, M. Hamel, who was a devoted teacher. Next question. When Franz was going to his school and he came across the town hall, then what did he see? What did he see? He saw crowd gathered there and they were reading the bulletin board. Anyway, Franz reached M. Hamel's little garden. Now let's see what happens. Usually when school began, there was a great bustle which could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison, very loud, with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. Generally what happens? Even in our schools also, at the starting time and at the closing time, there is a great hustle and bustle in the school, noisy movements in the school. So there, in his school also, every day, at the opening of the school, at the opening time of the school, always there used to be noisy movements, commotion. Like what kind of noises? Noises of opening the desks, noises of closing the desks, noises of all the children reading together their lessons. Children, what happens when we all read the lessons together? A lot of noises are there. So to understand better, we just cover our ears with our hands. And what happens? The teachers, when the classes begin, then the teachers generally with the ruler in the hands walk up and down. So these kinds of things generally happened in his school when the school began. But now it was also still. But that morning it was different. That morning everywhere there was silence. There was complete silence. No noisy movement, no commotion. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen. But, of course, that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. He had planned that amidst the noises, he would go and take his seat, and he would not be noticed by anyone. He would not be seen by his teacher, so he would not be scolded for being late. But it did not happen because there was complete silence, no noises. Now the silence in the school is here compared to the silence which we generally see on Sunday morning. On Sunday morning generally what happens? Neither teachers nor students are active. They are not in a hurry. They do everything at ease, comfortably, because they have not to go to school. So, in the school, the silence was just like the silence of Sunday morning. Through the window, I saw my classmates already in their places and M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. Then I tried to look through the window and I found that my all classmates had already taken their seat and M. Hamel usually, as he did, was walking up and down with his ruler. So today also he was walking up and down with his stick, with his ruler. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. Earlier I had thought that amidst the noises I would take my seat, nobody would look at me. But now what happened? Before the students, before the teacher, I had to go and take my seat. So you can imagine my embarrassing condition. I felt ashamed. My face became pink, red due to shame. I blushed. Why? Because I was late and I was noticed by everyone. But nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly. Little Franz, we are beginning without you." But as I had thought that I would be scolded by my teacher, I would be punished by my teacher for being late, it did not happen. M. Hamel did not scold me. Rather, he told me very gently, "Franz, go quickly and take your seat. I had already started the lesson without you." I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. My joy knew no bounds because I thought that I would be punished. But I was not punished. So happily, I jumped over the desk and took my seat. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt and the little black silk cap all embroidered that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. Till then, I have not seen that my teacher had put on beautiful green coat. My teacher had put on embroidered cap. My teacher had put on frilled shirt. When I got over my fear, when I took my seat, then only I saw that my teacher was looking different today. My teacher had put on such dresses which generally he put on special days, like the days of prize distribution, like the days of inspection. So, everything looked strange. I couldn't follow that why this day is different from another day. Besides, the whole school seemed so strange and solemn. Besides, moreover, the whole school, The atmosphere of the whole school looked stern, looked serious. Solemn means serious. But the thing that surprised me most was to see on the back benches that were always empty the village people sitting quietly like ourselves. Old Hauser with his three-cornered hat, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and several others besides. The most surprising thing, the thing which surprised me most, was that the school is for children, but that the villagers had also come to school. Villagers were also sitting in school. The benches, which generally used to be empty, the last benches, the villagers were sitting there. Some persons among the villagers were Hauser, he was very old farmer. Mayor, what is mayor, children? In England and in some European countries, the head of the city or town is called mayor. But in American countries, like in Canada and other American countries, the head of municipal corporation is called mayor. So, the former mayor, the former postmaster and other some villagers were also sitting on the benches. So this thing was the most surprising for me, that why these people have come to school today. Everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an old primer. What is primer? An introductory book. A book which is used in primary classes, nursery classes. Thumbed at the edges. Thumbed means here, sometimes what happens, children, that due to frequent use, the corner of the book is damaged, has some marks of frequent use. So Hauser was holding one book. He had kept one book on his knee. The corner of that book was little damaged due to frequent use. And he held it open on his knees with his great spectacles lying across the table. You can see the picture of Hauser. What has he put on? He has put on three-cornered hat. The hat which has three corners. Moreover, he has put on spectacles. And what is on his knee? A book. Book of nursery class. While I was wondering about it all, M. Hamel mounted his chair. I was so surprised. I was thinking what is happening. In between, I saw that M. Hamel took his seat. He mounted. Mount means here, children. Mount means climb up. He climbed up the chair. Means he took his chair. He sat on the chair. And in the same grave and gentle tone which he had used to me, said, "My children." And in the same way as he had told me, "Fran, go quickly and take your seat," he had told me very gently, very politely. In the same way, gently he added, "Children, this is the last lesson I shall give you." He told all of us that today I am going to give you last lesson. Today I am going to teach you the last time. This is my last class. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. He told why? Because Berlin. Where is Berlin? The capital of Germany. He told that order has come from Berlin, that now no more teaching of French in these two districts. Only German language will be taught. The new master comes tomorrow. This is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive. So tomorrow I am going to leave this school because now French would not be taught here, and I am the teacher of French subject. So your new teacher will come and he will teach you German. So children, today is the day to bid goodbye. That's why at last I want to teach you the last lesson. Let's discuss some word meaning. First is unison. It has two meanings. First, occurring together. Second meaning is two or more sounds at the same pitch. Example, singing in unison. They are singing in unison. Some girls are singing in unison. And the example of second meaning is they spoke in unison. Means they spoke together. Second word is commotion. COMMOTION. Means din. D-I-N, din. Tumult. TUMULT. Confused movement. Rumpus. Noisy movement. Count on means depend on, rely on. You can never count on him. You can count on me. You can rely on me. Get over, control, overcome, to recover from. Example, he got over his disease. He got over his anger. Then it is Hauser. Although in this lesson Hauser is named, but Hauser has meaning also. German and Jewish word. Hauser is German and Jewish word. The word used in Germany and by Jews, who gives shelter, who gives protection. But in this lesson, Hauser is proper noun. Then primer. Again it has two meaning. First, an introductory textbook. A textbook used in nursery class and primary level. Second, the first coat of paint. When doors are painted, windows are painted, then first of all, a primer is used there. This is the first coat of paint. Then mayor, as I had already told you earlier, that in England and other European countries, mayor means the head of a town or a city. And in some of the American countries, mayor means the head of municipal corporation. Thumb. Thumb, you already know, one of the fingers of our hand. But thumb is verb also. And here it is thumbed, adjective. Thumbed means the books, magazines which are little bit damaged due to frequent use, and so they have some marks. Now with these questions, I am going to end the session. That's all. Thanks.